we keep a closed herd. Okay, everybody wants to go to the stockyard, catch them a deal at the stockyard, and then they bring that heifer back home into their farm. You've now exposed your farm to whatever it was this heifer had going on, or wherever she came from. So we want to be careful with that as well. Most of us don't have a place to quarantine. So if you don't have a place to quarantine like that, it's kind of dangerous to be going out and buying an animal, even if it does not come from the stockyard, because that animal is going to be stressed. So it's going to proliferate. A lot of respiratory infections are going to come from just the natural inhabitants of the nasal passages. That natural stuff may be a little different than what my cows are used to. So now this animal got sick and stressed. It brushes noses with my cows. Now my whole herd is sick. And you have to call me now. You got an expensive vet bill. Or you have cows start dying. And then when you do it yourself, again, you have more genetic control. Everybody talks about the goal is to be able to sell a truckload, sell a group of cows, sell half a truckload. Another thing nobody tells you, that stuff is done based on uniformity. So when you go take your cows to the stockyard, or most of us take our cows to sell them, they buy those calves and then they take them someplace else, and those cows are sorted out based on their phenotype, basically, how they look and how much they weigh. So, and how their bone structure is. So if your animals aren't of the same, like say for instance, you got a calf that's this tall and a calf that's this tall, they're not going to the same place, and you're going to get docked when you try to sell them as a group. Versus if your calf crop is uniform, that's where your money is going to come from. That is better achieved knowing what you have at home. How many should I keep? The simple answer there is as many as I can, more than what you need. So for instance, if I'm going to, and let me back up here. You also have to look at what I can afford to develop. Okay, because if you're used to selling calves at weaning, and now you've got heifers that you got to develop out a little while longer, you got to be able to afford what you keep, because if you can't afford to continue to put that weight on them and keep them on a positive plane of nutrition, they're not going to cycle properly. So if they're not going to cycle properly, then that's going to delay your breeding season. So you don't want to keep more than what you can afford, but you want to keep more than what you need. Reason being is because that animal, although she looks good, she may not be reproductively sound when it's time to breed. So if she's not reproductively sound, you've kept her, you put all this money into her, you take her into the breeding season, she doesn't make it, but you hold on to her because you didn't keep enough. So you want to make sure you keep more than what you need. Oh, ma'am?
What does that need basically?
The need